Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. And it was also a challenge to be here. Hours before my flight to arrive here, my daughter was born. And thank you. And I'm really excited and happy to share our research paper with high-level professionals like you. So this research that we did at MIT can be benefit both security professional and executive board. In this way, you as a security professional can use the questions that we are going to see here to help you to keep your company secure. On the other hand, if you are a board member, you can use these questions to ask your company how secure are we, and you know how you can act to protect your company. So I'm going to start this with stating two certainties in cybersecurity. The first one is that we have two kinds of companies. The one is that they have been hacked. The second one, that they didn't know that they have been hacked. The second certainty is that the security professional like you have a job. So here we have the next slide that to complete this, we did a lot of survey and interview with board members around the world, and we mapped the 4 main points that I'd like to share with you. It's really important to say and to see that the criminals try to stay one step ahead of us. They are moving fast. And the first topic here, people, including board members, are the highest risk that we have in our companies today. The second point here, technology is not sufficient to protect our company. Security controls was made to be broken. So in this way, we see that more than 90% of data breaches, the cause was human error. Why that? If we see the kind of problems that we have here, people are continually clicking in phishing emails, open fake websites, and executing bad files. If you see our last research at MIT, we created the largest data breach database in the world. We collected more than 26 billion records. And I'm sure that we have your data there. And all of the most part of the problems that we found, that was caused by human error. So then the last point here is that the bad guys is moving so fast. We see every day new zero-day attacks, new vulnerabilities, and we can see that they are moving so fast, and they are open their mind and open the landscape attack. For example, just to try to hack your supply chain and try to have new ways to enter your company. So as we have those challenges that we shared with the board members, what and how MIT CAMS, cybersecurity at MIT Sloan, can help companies and cybersecurity professionals like you. So CAMS is a multidisciplinary consortium. Our focus is on research. And we are there, and at MIT, we use technology for everything. But this group focuses on leadership, people like you. So we are there to solve security challenges and for the strategic, managerial, and organizational issues. And we help leaders to make a correct decision how to keep their company secure. And our finds and research we shared. I will share with you the website that you can see a lot of research that we have there. We also have specific meetings. Every Friday we have meetings with the researchers and with the academy and the companies. So this is a great way to change knowledge between what is going on in the companies and with the academic side. And we also have executive education programs that we are going to have the next week one that is related to board members only. That's the focus on our talk today. And we are founded by a company like yours. We have a lot of companies. This is a partial list. We have international and cross-industry members that they help us and drive us also to do the research. So if you have a company and you have a challenge in cybersecurity, we are there with our academic researchers to help you to address your mission. So this is a great way to extend information and knowledge between the companies and the academic side that can help you in a specific topic that is important to your company. So here, we are going to have the main question that we used in our research. The question is, what role does the board of directors play in keeping organizations secure? And the answer is that our research suggests that all board members must be knowledgeable participants in cybersecurity management discussion. Member boards have fiduciary and oversight responsibility for a company. And our paper was published at the Harvard Business Review with the 7 pressing cybersecurity questions board needs to ask. So regarding this main topic here, we move forward to see how can we help board members to be committed with cybersecurity. So before talk about the boards may not understand their role, it's important to see that we have a psychology problem here. And I'd like to ask a question for you. When do you have a problem? You have a problem when you know the problem. If you don't know the problem, you don't have a problem, all right? It's easy. Let's see a study in psychology that we had a group of women that our mission was to identify why that group trying to escape and skip from some test. And the test was a self-test to detect a breast cancer, all right? So the easy way to detect a breast cancer is during the shower, you touch yourself. If you detect some lump, and you detect that, you go to the doctor, you can act fast, all right? And you save your life. But what we saw, as this group detect any kind of lump, the probability to do the test again decrease. Decrease why? Because this is a normal behavior for us. We try to escape from aversive stimulus. So we try to figure out that, well, that's going to disappear, but that can be and put your life in risk. So this approach happened with the board of members because they don't know, they don't understand cybersecurity, any technical points. And they don't want to know about the problems, but they have a fiduciary responsibility. They need to know. The highest risk that we have in a company is that don't know the risk. So here we have the first topic here, cybersecurity is more than protecting data. Nowadays, cybersecurity is a strategic, is a competitive way that can put your company ahead and help your customers. It's not just about protecting data. Here, we are talking about the prevailing approach today is defense in depth. Security was made to be broken, and we need to have a multi-layer of control because the guarantee that we have is that one control is going to fail. How we are going to have multiple layers that can detect, respond fast, and keep our company safe. The next point here, the security is an organizational problem, not just a technical one. As we saw, more than 90% of all data breaches around the world was caused by human error. That's not a technical problem. Here is a challenge for us because normally people use it to apply training, but training doesn't change valuable attitudes and beliefs. We are talking about the culture. And board, as a fiduciary responsibility, they are responsible for culture too, to see how people are deal with cybersecurity. The next point here, board must be knowledgeable participant in cybersecurity oversight. Nowadays, cybersecurity is a high risk for companies. So they need to know, understand more about that. But what is the problem? I'm a member of board, and the monthly, our CISO goes there and share with us some security metrics. Who clicked in phishing, who had the multi-factor authentication, the vulnerabilities that we have, a lot of information, but just technical. And it's curious to see that my colleagues around me, when you see that, they just shake their hands, but they don't understand what does that means. You know, if you ask them, how secure are we? They can't respond to you. So that's the point that we need to speak a correct language with them and help the board to be knowledgeable in cybersecurity. And the last point here is that the board must focus on risk, reputation, and business continuity. They are responsible for the company about the investment and how they are going to help you to protect your company. And so here, I will assume that you are familiar with the cybersecurity framework developed by NIST. It's curious to see that this was released almost 10 years ago. Can you imagine? So we select and we validate a lot of frameworks, but we select this one to help us to frame 7 questions that is going to help you, security professionals, or executive board. So here we have the 7 questions that I am going to show with you. So the first question is, what are the most important assets to protect? So should it be awesome if you could protect our assets with 100% in our company? But the certainty that we have that you need to make difficult decisions. It's impossible to protect our assets that you have in your company. What are our crown jewels? What are the most important assets and critical business functions that we need to protect before other? So you need to prioritize the important assets for you. So the board members need to know what are the critical assets that they need to protect. The second point here, what are the layers of protection we put in place? As we saw, the prevailing approach is security in depth. Board members needed to know that we needed to have multiple controls. It's not just one investment that is going to keep safe your company. We need to have a lot of controls because that was made to be broken. The third question here, how do we know if we have been breached? How do we detect a breach? Board members need to know the method that we have that we can identify if we were breached or not before they see on the newspaper. All right? So here, we need to establish a process in a method that we can alert and keep the informant what is the actions that they need to take if that happen. Then question number 4, what are the response plan in event of incident? So your board member must act to respond fast for incident and help you to mitigate the risk and the impact of that specific incident. Here is a company responsibility to take a decision regarding the business functions that you need to move or change just to resolve the problem that you had. So the board members can help you with that. And here we have the question number 5. What is the board role in the event of incident? So As we can see today, security is the highest risk for a company that can impact the operations in your business and your customers, as we have a lot of new regulations. So here, the board must be knowledgeable the role that they can do to minimize the impact of the incident, how they are going to relate it with the PR, with the news, and how they are going to release the information if imposed by a law or not. But they are important to hear that they be committed with the role. The question number 6, what are our business recovery plan in the event of a cyber incident? Here, the prevailing approach here is resilience. Resilience is really important, more than the security controls that we have in place. Here is not just to say, well, let's put the bad guys outside from our system. But here, resilience is how to keep our critical business function working. How we are going to maintain the critical business working if you had a problem. And the last question here, as they have oversight responsibility and the board members can help you for the investments, is our cybersecurity investment enough? It's important to remember that one specific investment is not sufficient. As we are going to have multi-layers of security controls, we need to maintain that update. We need to improve every day, because every day we have new techniques that the criminals are using to hack our company. So this is really important that you keep investing in security and to update the critical points that you have and increase the maturity for you. So in the next slide, I'm really happy to share with you, this is a fresh information that the NIST has released the draft that is going to be published in the beginning of the next year, is the new version of the cybersecurity framework. And why we are really happy here? We are happy because a 6th pillar has been added. And this pillar is govern. And as we see here, cybersecurity is a major source of enterprise risk and a consideration for senior leadership. That is a great way to help us to keep our company secure. And we are working with NIST to send some comments and just try to explore more this topic, because we can't see companies going to survive without the board commitment with cybersecurity. So here, I have the QR code that you can download. This is free, our paper. So you can share with your colleagues, with your board members, and you are going to find more details and more context about the questions that we framed, and also other important topics that can help you and your board to address the security challenges. And I'd like to add something here, that those questions is not just for you, leaders and security professionals, and for your board, but you also can use those questions to help you to understand how do you protect your customer, how security are we, and how security are your products. Let's bring an example, because cybersecurity today is a competitive domain. We need to use that in favor of our products and services. I will give you an example that what we have in Brazil that is a challenge for us. We are a complete digital bank, all right? And everything that you can do, use your app. But what is going on and happen in our streets there? If you are walking, you have the chance that a criminal is going to put a gun in your head and request you to get your cell phone, put the PIN, and the criminal is going to do online transaction. Obvious that you are going to do that, right? With a gun in your head. So how can you use security to create a competitive advantage here against your competitors? If you use those questions, this can help you to discuss in the development process how to implement some security controls that can help your product to be secured and save your customer. So what we did, let's see that this kind of behavior changed the way people go to the streets, because they used to have 2 cell phones. One to have the bank app, and they keep that cell phone at home. Doesn't make sense, right? And the other cell phone that they use to walk through the street. Because if the criminals get to you and put a gun in your head, you don't have the bank app there, you can't do anything. So to solve this problem, we created a functionality that the name is Safe Place. What is that? Safe Place, when you are at home or you are at work, you can define the address that is your safe place. You can define the limits of transactions that you can do in your safe place and outside the safe place. So if you have investment, you are going to see your investment at home in your safe place. If you get your cell phone and you move out to the street, your investment information, the limits that you have, is going to disappear. So this is a way that you use security as a competitive way to help your company, not just to keep your company secure, but also to have your customer secure too. So here, you can download the paper, and I'd like to share with you that next week, we have our newly developed program for board of directors. We are going to have a lot of board members and we are going to help them to understand no technical points regarding cybersecurity. And this is the website that we have, the executive.mit.edu. And we also have the CAMS, the Cybersecurity at MIT Sloan website, cams.mit.edu, that you can find a lot of research there. So you can download that, and you can know more about how MIT CAMS can help you and your companies to be secured. I really hope that this question can help you guys as a leaders and security professional to help your boards and to keep your company secure. So thank you very much.